morning and welcome to the What's Up News Network being broadcast from Panama City Beach, Florida, the home of the world's most beautiful beaches. I am Jim Free with Jim Free Realty. Please click on the red subscribe button just below the picture. In the local news, FlPCB.Fl is the owner of Pineapple Willie's Restaurant and Wicked Wheel Restaurant. I'm sure most of you have had experiences there and enjoy the great food. But FlPCB is much more than just owner of the restaurants. He is really a pillar of the community. For several years, Bill, or Pineapple as some of his friends call him, has sponsored a Pay It Forward week at the Pineapple Willie's Restaurant, where he gives all the profits for that week back to the community. This year, the week produced $90,000, and Bill pitched in an extra $10,000 donation to the community. This is nothing new for FlPCB. He has been giving back to the community ever since he's been in business. I've heard many stories about his kindness, about how he helps new people that are getting into the restaurant business that are actually going to become competitors, but he helps them in their business. He has helped a lot of people in this community, and we are very fortunate to have him. In the state news and to local as well, October the 10th, 2018 is a day we'll never forget here in this area. It was the worst of days and the best of days, as we saw people from all over the country come to our aid. Neighbors were helping neighbors. It's been 3 years since Hurricane Michael made landfall in Bay County and the area, and has not stopped recovering ever since. Friday morning, Governor Ron DeSantis was in town to congratulate local communities for their resilience and to hand over a big check. He announced $3.1 million would be coming to the Panhandle to continue recovery efforts, with $2.7 million of that coming to Bay County and its municipalities. We received this from a resident of Tennessee, and she wrote, "Don't let people convince you that America is broken, because I have just saw her in action, and she is still alive and well. About 4 p.m. today, my husband and I came up on a bad wreck that had just happened on Interstate 40. A pickup truck was upside down in the road and it was on fire, with the driver still inside. All the drivers of the cars around us got out to try to save the man. There was a black man, a white man, a Hispanic man, and a policeman, all working together to try to help. People from all walks of life were risking their own to try to get this driver out of the truck. My husband is an RN, so he stopped to help as well. All the people who had fire extinguishers were spraying them on the truck to try to keep the flames suppressed. While my husband and another guy, an American soldier in uniform, tried to get the guy out of the burning truck. The third guy crawled into the truck and disconnected the driver's seat belt, and my husband and the soldier caught him and dragged him out. The poor driver was clearly terrified and could only speak Spanish. I felt so sorry for him. Luckily, our American soldier could speak Spanish, and he comforted the guy and eased his fear and sat with him on the pavement until the paramedics arrived. Now that is America in action, people. It was also a darn good reminder of what American people are capable of when the government and the hate baiters stay out of the way. I don't know who the truck driver was, but he is a lucky man. The Lord sent him a whole platoon of roadside angels. Now to the lighter side. According to our president, our vice president, and the White House press secretary, these fine men with the Border Patrol, horsemen, and women are going to be paid back, because President Biden falsely accused them of trying to run over illegal aliens with their horses and whipping them with their reins. It even reminded Vice President Harris of her slave days. It turns out the Border Patrol was trying to do their job because President Biden and border czar Kamala Harris won't do their job. Anytime we have flooding or storm hit our area, the Cajun Navy comes to the rescue. Well, we've heard, but have been unable to confirm, that the Cajun Navy has sent 2,000 gators to secure the Rio Grande River. Now, none of us want anyone to get bitten by a gator, but it sure would deter me from wading across the Rio Grande. Ms. Margaret Sanger, a member of the American Federation of Teachers Union, was somewhat disturbed about the president's low polling numbers. So she decided to conduct a poll of her 6th grade class on how many of them were Biden-Harris fans. Not really knowing what a Biden-Harris fan is, but wanting to please Ms. Sanger, all the kids raised their hands except Albert Spann. Ms. Sanger asked Albert why he was not a Biden-Harris fan, and Albert said, "Because I'm an independent." Mrs. Sanger asked Albert why he was an independent. Albert said, "Well, my mom is an independent, and my dad is an independent, so I'm an independent." Annoyed by this answer, Ms. Sanger said, "If your mom was a moron and your dad was an idiot, what would that make you?" Albert said, "I guess that would make me a Biden-Harris fan." The word out of Afghanistan is that the Taliban has opened an army surplus store. They named it Trader Joe's. You might remember a few weeks ago when the bodies of our brave 13 men and women arrived at Dover Air Force Base, and President Biden was seen constantly checking his watch. I, along with others, thought he was very disrespectful and appeared bored and distracted. Recently, we were able to get a close-up shot from a satellite of the president's watch, and perhaps I owe him an apology. In the national news, you might remember that after George Floyd died, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, along with their members, put their African scarves on and knelt to remember George Floyd, who was a criminal and had a felony conviction for home invasion robbery where he threatened to shoot a pregnant woman in the stomach. But Nancy would not allow the names of the 13 fallen heroes who gave their lives for this country in Afghanistan to be read on the House floor. Guess it was not a good photo op for her and Schumer. I have never thought of myself as a domestic terrorist, but I suppose if you have been listening to Attorney General Merrick Garland or General Mark Milley, you might think that I am, because according to them, if you are a parent or grandparent that speaks out in opposition to members of your local school board or any liberal politician, you must be a terrorist. Nationwide, parents have become aware that many school systems are teaching critical race theory to their children. These programs teach students that they are limited to what they can accomplish in life by their race, and some children are classified as oppressors and others are classified as victims. The National School Board Association claims that critical race theory is not taught. However, many parents believe it is taught under different names. These programs are supported by the leadership of the National Education Association, which is the largest labor union in the United States, and the American Federation of Teachers. On September the 29th, 2021, Viola M. Garcia, president of the National School Board Association, wrote a letter to President Biden requesting the FBI and other federal agencies investigate parents at school board meetings who vocally disagree with the school board. Attorney General Merrick Garland just sent a memo to the FBI and state attorneys to investigate domestic terrorism at school board meetings. I hope FBI Director Chris Wray will have the courage to tell the Attorney General what he is doing is wrong and will abridge the First Amendment of the free speech and the right of peaceful assembly, and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. Merrick Garland and Chris Wray know that the federal government does not have jurisdiction in local school board meetings. That is the reason he has instructed the FBI to meet with local law enforcement, who do have jurisdiction. He wants them to piggyback off the locals. Local law enforcement is ideally qualified to handle any complaints from the school board or the parents. I think it would be better use of federal resources to have the FBI working on Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and MS-13 members that are streaming unobstructed across our border every day. Mr. Attorney General, could you be using this opportunity to help your daughter Rebecca and her husband Zan Tanner, the co-founder of Panorama Ed, which has multi-million-dollar contracts with school boards across the country, providing the same material that parents are upset about? I guess the $4 million he got from Mark Zuckerberg was not enough. All parents want their children to be successful, and perhaps Rebecca doesn't have the artistic ability that Hunter Biden has. Until we meet again, may God bless you, your family, and this great nation that we live in.